I can pose you.
Yes.
I have heard a lot. Does your friend have to help you? Is it you to be in the position of being helped? Is that the only measure of a good friend when you need help?
That would depend how we define help.
Okay.
So we've been told that help should only be financial, which isn't true,
Yes.
right? Help can come in as emotional support. You feel low, you're depressed,
Yes.
and there is this one person who never gets out of good energy. So you just call them and maybe they
Positive
say,
energy.
they say a compliment randomly and just lightens your day, the whole day. Or you just spend time with them and they don't know they are helping you, but they are actually helping you. Yes. And there are times when the help comes even just by kneeling and praying about it. It's very, very unheard of to find that I visited. Anyway, I don't know, because some of my friends, it's really hard. Even when they come to my place or I go to their place, it's really hard that we get down and pray unless it's something in quotes very urgent. But that would be help in its form, because you don't know, maybe at that time that's what that person needs. Help could be that maybe me personally I can't handle it, but I know someone else who is capable. So I just take you there. Maybe it could be maybe you have a challenge and I know financially I cannot help you out, but the problem is financial. We can sit through it, and if you're okay, we can talk maybe with our class. If our class comes in, we help you out, or we bring it to the church. Or maybe if there are those trust funds that help with scholarships or what, we go there and visit. Not necessarily that I am the one picking from my pocket, but me,
You are there.
Yes, I'm just there. So that's what I actually think as help.
Okay, thank you for that note.
Okay.
Then lastly, you talked about public criticism of your blood.
Yes.
Not being acceptable. So when is it acceptable? When is public criticism fine?
Fine. Okay, so criticism can be either negative or it can be positive. You see? I'm not saying that we should not rebuke bad manners. I'm saying we should. But how you do it. Ugandans, they have labeled, sorry to say this, but they've labeled Bachiga as rude, right? But in my aspect, I think they're straightforward. They just tell you the honest truth without filtering. Only the filtering part, right?
You filter for yourself.
Yes. But now, if maybe we've gone through school, so now we know how to talk to different people, because people have different personalities, handle things differently. Yes. So, as a parent, okay, I'm saying this as a parent, right? I know sometimes you will publicly criticize your kid, and your kid will find it embarrassing. Yes, maybe you want to induce the embarrassment so they will never repeat it. But to me, I think when you protect this child, they'll know no matter what my parent got me. It's not that it might foster, bad behavior, because they know my parent will always be there. But what I'm saying is that as a family, when you stand, before others and you show you're united. I know I've had this. So there is this parent was called to school because the girl had a boyfriend, and in school that is an indiscipline, right? And the mother came and said, so where is the guy they're talking about? And they brought the boy. And it's like, so of all boys, you chose this one. Okay. This one.
You should have chosen another better one.
Yeah, better one. And then he looked at the administrators and she's like, so you called me here for a minor issue like this one because my daughter has a boyfriend. Okay. To the teachers right there, it was ridiculously maybe questioning their authority, and maybe they thought that this girl, if she comes back from her suspension, she will be undermining the teachers. After all, this is the behavior the mother was advocating for. But when they got out of that office, the mother, she actually almost beat up this girl on the way to the vehicle. But what I'm saying is that in there she protected the girl. Because if she had sided with the teachers, I'm not saying it's bad, or maybe it would have looked bad on the side of the girl, but would have looked good on the side of the administration. But what I'm saying is that when you protect your own First, you foster trust. The next time this girl maybe gets a boyfriend, or maybe is interested in someone, she'll come to you for advice. But now when you side with the other people and maybe they will beat her up, embarrass her on assembly, it is going to foster fear. Now this is why they say that strict parents end up with stubborn children. Why? Because when there is force, there is resistance. But when there is love, you start blooming. Humility, it will come on its own. See? So when this mother decided to privately, criticize the daughter, when she came back, she was actually so changed. Because the mom was like, at this age, you're not well equipped to handle a relationship. Secondly, this is not the right place. You can have a boyfriend, fine, but you'd have introduced them to me first. So the school doesn't have to call me to handle such an issue. I don't know if you're getting the picture.
I am in class.
Yes.
I am very much in class.
Okay.
Are friends made or they are chosen?
I think it could be both, but mainly, okay, what is in society? Friends are made. Why? We tend to stay with people who make us happy. No one wants to be around someone who's always pessimistic or has that negative worldview. We want to stay with someone who is always happy, so we can have that positive environment. We want to stay with someone whom we know shares some interests. I know you love video games. I do love video games, so that can be a bonding factor, right? And we also love to be friends with people whom we admire.
Okay.
So this let me assume, so this person dresses so well all the time, and I really like him because he dresses so well. Or maybe I like her because she has a very good sense of fashion, how she blends her colors, how she does her hair. That alone, we are already we want to be friends with people who look attractive to the eyes,
Okay.
Yeah, because no one really wants to be a friend with a shabby person.
But they have friends.
Yeah, they do have friends.
Okay.
But really, okay, ideally, on the surface, when we're on the surface, no one really wants to be a friend to a shabby person. You come just yellow, green, with a jacket in neon. You can imagine that kind of combination. Or you show up and maybe you didn't brush your teeth, or your hair is looking like scattered population in Karamoja. Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, people from Karamoja, use that as an example, but seriously, no one wants that. Yeah.
Okay.
And on the choosing part, I think that the choosing comes because you sit down, observe, and you're like, so and so, yeah, she dresses attractively, but she's rude, so we can't really be friends. So then that brings out an aspect of kindness. You look for someone who is kind or who is polite.
Yes.
Because no one really wants to be backed at. Yeah. And then when you find out that maybe so and so, she's really good in a certain question, and me, I have challenges with it. So you want to be better at it. So you choose someone definitely who is better in that aspect. Or maybe you might want to choose someone who you see is going to mentor you. So in every friend circle, you should have a mentor, someone who is like a parent figure in your life. So there are things that maybe you cannot talk to your parents, but you feel free to talk to them, so you can go there. Yeah. So you should have a person that at 3 a.m. you can call and they are there. Stop having useless numbers of up to 200 that you can call other 200 and no one really responds. Have few numbers, but you know that they are dependable.
Okay.
Then have a friend who pulls you to church, not to a club. I mean, they say, of course, you go there. Nah, I'm not affected. Really, what you're seeing in a club, how people are dressing, the music, the alcohol, everything. You might not change there and then, but it's going to influence your choices, how you see things. You'll start compromising.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, also have a friend who motivates you, who challenges you, that stop being in your comfort zone, grow, as in really become a girl. No, become a lady. Actually, not a woman, become a lady. That's what I tell men: be gentlemen, not bad boys or rogues. Be a gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
that-
also have a friend who is a high friend, because you might just learn something from them.
okay.
Yeah, so even your colleagues, please be friends with them. Don't exactly bring them to your inner circle, but when you have interactions with them, try and learn from them. And then stop this business of keep your enemies closer than your friends. No, don't allow toxicity to be in your life. And an enemy is just a friend who knows too much and is willing to use your weaknesses against you. So really
Pardon?
don't.
Pardon? An enemy?
Okay,
Mhm.
an enemy is a friend who knows too much and who knows too much about you and
Yes.
is willing to use your weaknesses or your flaws or your past against you. So don't really allow toxicity into your life. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much for that bit. So the
Okay.
next bit is
Mm,
most now boys and girls.
okay.
Tell me,
Mm,
is it possible
mm,
for boys
mm,
and girls to be friends just for the sake of being friends?
mm. I think that's happening even right now. We are friends, aren't we? And we are
Yes, we
just
are.
friends,
Yes, we're
right?
just friends. Mhm.
But okay, it's only that society maybe from those days decided that men and women can't be friends and they'll always be romantically involved, which isn't true.
Mm,
Well, I have a friend whom I call a baby brother,
yes.
right? And we just meet and just have fun, but that's it. I don't see him being my boyfriend or being maybe romantically involved with him. No. Okay, so how to tell that you can actually just be friends with this person is that you'll be friends and this person will actually encourage you to even pursue the love you want, as in maybe the man
Yes,
you want
yes.
or the girl you want. You just meet and have fun and that's it. When you text, it's just plain texting. There's no flirting or,
Yes,
the flattering can be there like, hey, you looked good in that dress. Oh, I really like that jacket on you, but that's just it. It does not go deeper to when I look at you, the poetry that comes
okay.
exactly. And then again, this person it's not that you call frequently, like you'd
Yes,
call
yes.
the person you're in love with, right?
Mm.
So when you call, it's just business and that's it. When you meet, it's just fun and that's it. The good kind of fun. I don't mean the fun where I know people have friends that do some coke or meth or alcohol or
Yes.
even not that kind of fun. I mean the fun where maybe you go to a place, you just maybe to Cinemax Century, watch a movie together, go to Cafe Story, pick an ice cream, go to Owino downtown, pick leathers for 1K, 2K, 5K, and that's it. Yeah. And you don't see the attraction. You're not
Yes.
there. You don't feel
Yes.
the attraction. Even other people don't see the attraction, because usually maybe you people may be too engrossed in your relationship or your friendship,
Yes.
but other people see something else. They see people are attracted to each other, but maybe you just don't want to admit it at the time, or maybe you just don't want to actually. You know the feeling, but then this other person, the friend you have, there is no attraction. The
Yes.
attraction
Yes.
that is there is just basically platonic. You see,
Mm.
and also this is a person. Okay, sometimes you can be platonic for different. No, you can be just friends for different reasons. Maybe because of your sexual orientations. In the world now, they've brought many things where people are not just exactly straight,
Male or
but they can
female.
be bent.
Mm-hmm.
By bent, cute word for saying gay. So maybe you're friends with this guy and he's just not into girls.
Yes.
His sexual orientation is the other side.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe he's just not interested in dating at that time.
Yes.
So you just be friends. But the truth is you might have friends, you're just platonic friends, but then they are attractive, that
Yes.
kind of beauty and handsomeness and people.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you're not interested in pursuing a romantic relationship with them. And then this person, you trust them.
Yes.
Yes,
Trust them.
the trust element is there because you trust them and there are boundaries. They just know that we are friends and we are just friends and that's it. So yeah, boys and girls can be friends without anything. So we just have to change the society's glasses and how it looks at things and allow that people can be friends.
Very nice. The last shot was nice.
Okay.
So that means culture has something to do with
yes, it does.
What you don't believe now. That is that boys can't be just friends with girls.
Yes.
So who is to blame?
I think we have no one to blame. Why? Because we've all gone to school, we've been exposed.
Yes.
There are constant sources of information. You can go to Google, you can read newspapers, and the world is evolving, so we can always be learning, right? And despite our parents and how they raised us and how maybe society channeled us, I would say it is just us to change everything, to change how we look at things, how we handle things, and the information we have. And if you're constantly learning, then there is hope that there is change. So we can't blame the society, because at that time it was applicable and it saved a lot of things. We cannot also blame our parents, because that is how maybe they were raised, and at the time the information they had said that. But right now the information and the information we have right now is way different. So with more research being carried out and the information we have, let's use that. So we don't have a locked mentality.
We are born not with a fixed mindset. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You have talked about information.
All right.
It brings us to something else, which is still part of our discussion today.
Okay.
Information. What is information?
Well, information is just data. I would say something like that. It's around us. It's everywhere. You can't really pass it. Even right now, what we're doing is sharing information.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, and I know maybe some part of the viewers, they might have a different view on the things I'm talking about, and they also have information, right? And also, even right now, what is around us, as in, we can get information from it, from the nature, as people call it, Mother Earth.
Yes, Mother Earth.
So, I think information is just everywhere, and it's basically data.
Dear viewer, we are going for a break. Coming back, we are discussing deeper the difference between then and now.
Okay.
ATS and now. The challenges that could have come because of the information and stuff like that. Be with us. God bless you.